What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Derrick Rose, the youngest MVP in NBA history, is calling it a career after 16 seasons in the league. Rose was 35, made his decision public this morning on social media, and will full page ads in 6 local newspapers and cities where he played. He said on Instagram, "Thank you, my first love. You gave me a gift, our time together, one that I will cherish for the rest of my days. You told me it's okay to say goodbye, reassuring me that you'll always be a part of me no matter where life takes me. Forever yours, Derrick Rose." The Chicago Bulls selected Rose first overall in the 2008 NBA draft out of Memphis, and he quickly rose to superstar level, earning the first of 3 consecutive All-Star berths in 2010 and winning MVP honors in 2011 at the age of 22. He led Chicago to an NBA best 62-20 regular season record. 2009 NBA Rookie of the Year. Rose's best statistical season came 2 years later when he averaged 25 points and 7.7 assists per game for the Bulls and being named the league's MVP. They ended up losing to the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals that season, the closest Rose ever came to winning an NBA championship. His career was derailed when he suffered a torn ACL during the first round of playoffs in 2012, an injury that forced him to miss all of the following season. From there, his game was never quite as explosive. Rose remained with the Bulls for 8 seasons, sitting out the entire 2012-13 season with a knee injury, before playing for the Knicks, Cavaliers, Timberwolves, Pistons, and at last, the Memphis Grizzlies. Over his career, Rose averaged 17.4 points and 5.2 assists in 723 regular season games. As far as his career accomplishments, he was the league MVP back in 2011. He was a 3-time NBA All-Star. In 2011, he was All-NBA First Team. He was a 2009 Rookie of the Year, which of course means he was on the All-Rookie team that year. When you include his collegiate accomplishments, 3rd-team All-American in 2008, First-team Parade All-American in 2007, 3rd-team Parade All-American in 2000. Well, I should say his amateur accomplishments. 3rd-team Parade All-American in 2005, 4th-team Parade All-American in 2006, McDonald's All-American in 2007, Illinois Mr. Basketball in 2007. In basketball, on the world stage, he won a FIBA World Cup title in 2010 in Turkey, gold, I should say, medal. In 2014 in Spain, FIBA World Cup gold medal. Statistically, 17.4 points per game, 3.2 rebounds, 5.2 assists, 45.6% from the field, 31.6% from downtown, and 83.1% from the charity stripe. Totals, 12,573 points, which is kind of on the low side. He accumulated 3,770 assists, 536 steals, 242 blocks. See if I can look at his postseason stats. He appeared in 52 playoff games in his career, and in the playoffs, he averaged 21.9 points, 4.3 rebounds, 6.3 assists, on 43% shooting, 32% from downtown, and 84% from the foul line. I mean, is he a Hall of Famer? I mean, there's been no MVP that has not, who was eligible to go to the Hall of Fame and has not been a Hall of Famer. Derrick Rose is probably the most questionable one. If this was like 25, 30 years ago, I would tend to think he would be a very, very borderline case who may have a shot if it's a weak year as far as inductees. But the bar has been lowered so much that, and plus, let's be honest, if you are beloved by the media, liked in general, and plus, look, a lot of stuff. I mean, part of it is we knew he was a Hall of Fame first ballot talent that was derailed by injuries. Okay. So I know some people are like, well, if Bill Walton got in, how can Derrick Rose not get in? But remember, Bill Walton, whose career was even more decimated by injuries, he won 2 championships. And in Portland, he led them to the title. He was the man. Plus, his collegiate career is one of probably the top 2 or 3 greatest collegiate careers of all time. It's not just professional basketball. So that's what makes Bill Walton a shoe-in, his collegiate career. On top of that, the 2 titles that he won, including especially the one in Portland. Derrick Rose, I'm going to say, yeah, he does get in. Because we know what he should have been, what his career should have become. And I still say this, and maybe this is sour grapes on my part as a Chicago Bulls fan, but Tom Thibodeau ruined this man's career. That's why, yes, Tom Thibodeau is a great coach, but he runs his goddamn players into the ground. And we saw a little bit of that this past year. I'm going to tell you like this. If Tom Thibodeau keeps running these short rotations, if he keeps doing this, we're going to see the same problems with Jalen Brunson. But that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish that on him, but we might see the same problems. But yeah, man, Derrick Rose, man, he was the only, and this is another thing why he should be in. He was that guy that was going to turn the Chicago Bulls around. That's the only bright spot we had as Bulls fans since the Jordan era. That was pretty much it. It was fun to watch the Bulls again. It was fun to see us relevant again. You know what I mean? It was fun to see us with Derrick Rose. Who I thought people cry about Caitlin Clark. Derrick Rose was getting massacred sometimes and was not getting foul calls. He was not getting to the line like he should have. Derrick Rose should have averaged 27 points per game instead of 25. And I can only imagine how many points he would average today if he was playing, you know what I'm saying? But, man, those teams with Derrick Rose and Luol Deng and Carlos Boozer, you know what I'm saying? One of the last enforcer-type players with Kurt Thomas. I said Kurt Russell. Old Jack Gates. Joakim Noah, who never quite reached his potential. Taj Gibson, Kyle Korver. You know that team, man. Even old Brian Scalabrine was on the roster. And then, look, after Derrick Rose finally overcame injuries, after he finally overcame these injuries, he was never quite the same, but he showed off a much more improved jumper, range to the three-point line. Matter of fact, let me see something about Derrick Rose. Yeah, from the last 6 years of his career, he shot 35.6% from beyond the arc and 47.1% overall. So, and 87% from the foul line. So he was a much improved shooter. Remember when he had that amazing 50-point game? I think it came when he was a Timberwolves. I think it was a Timberwolves. And I think it came against, if memory serves me correctly, people can correct me. I think it came against the Jazz because I think Cleveland had waived him, and then he was traded. Well, not waived, excuse me. I think he was traded to the Jazz, and the Jazz just waived him. Like, we don't want him, and like his career was over. Then he became a Sixth Man of the Year candidate with the Timberwolves, and he had this. I think if I remember right, it was a 50-point game, amazing 50-point performance against the Jazz, a team that had gave up on him. The injuries decimated his career. When he went to Memphis, he was supposed to be a mentor type player to Ja Morant. We know his ties to Memphis, but it just wasn't to be, man. And I thought the Bulls should have at least signed this dude to a one-day contract so he could have retired a Bull. But the Bulls are what they are, a sorry goddamn franchise. You don't sign this man to a one-day contract. I got to watch Josh Giddey, who people don't have no smoke for, but we know why. I'm not watching the Bulls this year. I'm not. I protest, man. I'm not watching them with this clown. Maybe people don't have smoke for him, but I do. Anyway, salute to Derrick Rose, man. I think he will get in as a Hall of Famer. Come on, you guys.